Namaste and welcome. Welcome to your opening meditation practice, including a deep cleansing breath practice known as pranayama. Let's begin by sitting comfortably in your comfortable cross-legged position, crisscross applesauce like you were taught as a youngster. And also prop your seat up properly through the sitting bones with perhaps a block in case you're too rounded in the spine with your normal seat on the mat. Or you can fold a yoga blanket for yourself into how many folds you like for thickness and place it just underneath the sitting bones. I prefer my block personally, but the blanket does add extra layer of softer cushion. As you find your seat, lift the spine nice and tall as you lengthen the spine up so that it's nice, narrow, and more comfortable. Roll the shoulders back and down one time so that the chest can open up wide, expanding and bringing yourself into that proper posture. The hands can be rested on your thighs, but there are so many ways to begin an opening meditation practice. It's beyond just resting hands on thighs, preferably the hands up so that the wrists can breathe. You can also explore one hand on the heart and the other on the solar plexus for box breath. This is what will set off your deep breathing pranayama. Feeling the breath in hand and exhale, feel it soften in the palm of those hands. You can also do two hands layered on top of one another on the heart space and feel the breath there. Very good for chest, perfect for deep breathing. You can also come into hand mudras like index and thumb, 3 fingers point down towards the earth, or you can go into pinched fingers, or you can go into your dhyana. Take the 2 thumbs together and connect and rest them comfortably on your lap. So no matter how you have it set up, take this opportunity to get your best, most possible seat possible. And when you do, find yourself now closing your eyes and loosening up all in the mouth. That includes no clenched teeth, a relaxed tongue, and a softened jaw. And the top of the crown of head is facing the sky as a bonus. Feel out all these adjustments you added to the beginning of your opening meditation prep, and now invite a breath in. Inhale through your nose. And when you exhale, release out the mouth or out the nose. The difference between the two is when you inhale and release breath out the nose, it tells me that you like softness. You like something gentle for your release. Or it kind of matches your day so far, that it's been going well, nothing could go wrong, and you've been having a pretty awesome day so far. Reflect that through the exhale out the nose. However, some of us don't have the best day, and we don't wake up feeling bright and cheery, and we have a lot of tension locked up in our body from just our daily lives, work and whatnot. So take a breath in and exhale out the mouth instead, to tend to areas that need a bigger tension release. So once more, choose your exhale, release, and exhale, let it go in any capacity you like. Continue breathing on your own, remaining with the eyes shut, and get a good sense of what you want to feel today moving forward. Taking action to how you want to feel means having to check in with body scanning. Notice from head to toe what needs to be protected during your main practice. Adjustments in the arm if you don't want to lift it too high. Adjustments in the knee, don't bend it so much. How about straightening out the leg if you find yourself in crescent or in a warrior 1 or 2. So check in on yourself, see what needs to be omitted or modified, or if you feel like you're on top of the world, then go for that extra challenge, especially if you hear myself or another teacher give you that laundry list of options on the go and able to weave it all in. Continue breathing. Focus on that breath. Next, do a scan of the headspace and notice what's going on there as you tune into either the no thought or the inviting thoughts in to lift your mood up. When you clear your mind of questions, old school meditation, nothing is on your mind. Only your breath, only the present moment in your body, and just getting more settled in your stillness through every exhale. And that's all enough for you. But you can go the opposite route. You can inhale, exhale, invite thoughts to mind that lift you up. Your fur babies, your pets, your family member or best friend that you immediately click with. They always bring a smile to your face, and so on. Just something that lifts your mood up and allows you to remain centered. Continue breathing. Feel the tension release, and if you suffer from anxiety, then feel the anxiety start to suppress itself. It may never truly go away, and anxiety is very complex, but you can soften it, lower the amount of anxiety you feel, and bring yourself to a place you always wanted to be, one of soft safety and security. Next, begin the wave of comfort, which is movement from top to bottom so we can check in our body and loosen up all these little areas. Inhale. On your next exhale, turn your head and neck side to side and release your neck. Feel the nice gentle switch from side to side as you turn slowly and methodically, if you please. If you're more active, then you'll go a little faster. Just watch your neck. Don't whiplash yourself. Know your limits. And an inhale. On the next exhale, bring the head and neck back to center. Relax the muscles of the face by wiggling your eyebrows. This is called facial yoga. Drop down to the nose now and twitch it like a bunny. Little crinkle in the nose. Then drop down to the chin, where you're going to shift the chin side to side. And finally, open up your mouth wide. 3 times total to loosen up the hinges of the jaw and release. No more locked jaw. Relax your neck as you tilt it side to side, opening up little spaces for your neck. Feel that nice gentle release. Maybe this is all you need, but if you want a deep stretch, take your right hand and arm and reach up and over to the left side of the temple. Place all fingers on the temple except the thumb, because 4 fingers is totally a crowd. And then you're going to exhale, tilt to one side and open up the neck in a more expansive way. And as a bonus, extend the left arm out into the open and get a nice opening stretch here. And that's not just a big opening, it's also a deepening one. Inhale, exhale, switch over to the right side and lengthen out again. Breathing in all that deep stretch. When you exhale, return back to center alignment. Relax now the shoulders as they roll back and down for 3. Good. 2. 1. Maybe for the 3 remaining rounds, you want to pick up your arms and hands and get bigger, wider cranks going back. This will loosen up the shoulder blades especially and give them a little bit of lubrication. Inhale. On the next exhale, roll the shoulders forward and get the opposite and rotations and balance out everything in this shoulder floss. Inhale. On the next exhale, return back to center. Relax now your arms and your hands. Wiggle the fingertips either down below, cactus arms up top, and continue your wiggle. Perhaps with a bonus pressing back on the shoulder blades, expand your chest, so loosen that up some extra. Or you can come into palms, forearms lock in together. Round the spine and bow down. When the thumbs touch your forehead, the symbolic third eye, that's your signal to lift back up. Use your upper body strength to lift. Peel off the hands, peel off the forearms, and spread your angelic wings as those hands return back to where they were before. Good. And now bring attention to your chest. As you relax the chest, draw the shoulders back, open up heart space wide. Slide down to the belly. Draw the navel in, engage the abdominals. Good. Relax your hips now as you adjust your seat, or maybe don't adjust, because you were fine the way you are in your cross-legged position. But if you need to adjust, then take your front foot out a couple inches so you avoid that cramping feeling that you were getting all this time. Maybe take the whole leg out into the open and open up. Maybe both legs have to come out and flex the feet so that the hips can loosen up some more. Or perhaps all this time, your original seat had to be flipped in the opposite direction. That way, you no longer have a compromised hip on the opposite side. Once you settle back in, finally relax your legs, your ankles, and wiggle the toes. Relax the feet. Very good. And it is here where you devote yourself and set an intention. What is it that you want to accomplish today in your yoga practice, whatever it may be? It could be a physical practice. It can be a spiritual practice. What's the narrative going on? To bring depth and meaning to a practice, you got to be 100% sure what you're after precisely. Stronger, more flexible, more stable, mobile in the body. Physical attributes, the outer layer. Or do you want to get into the weeds and become more spiritually connected? Or do you want to align yourself with just remaining calm, collective, and finding that inner peace within? Also, using the yoga practice and this meditative practice as an opportunity to give yourself time away from whatever it is out there off the mat that is a hinder on you, or that you enjoy, but some days you just want time to yourself. Take that moment, reclaim that power, and find yourself here devoting yourself to what matters, you and this intention that you've set in by now. So own it, because every day, on a daily basis, we need to reclaim our power so that we can live our lives fully and fully realized. With that, bring the palms together, prayer hands at the heart, and connect once again with yourself and perhaps your higher power if you are a person of faith, because we need as much connection as possible with whatever we cling to in terms of harnessing that feeling of liberation and peace. Inhale, tilt your head up to the sky, open your throat, open the mind. And when you exhale, chin to chest and lock it all in. Now fully aligned with yourself, take one sound of Om to begin your day. Inhale in. Feel those vibrations, live them, and make sure that they spread like wildfire all around you, because the more you're in tune with yourself and the more you bring the absolute best out of your practice through the motions, through the asana, through the breath, and through the modifying positions and the variants that you choose, you're inspiring not only yourself, but those around you who seek the same star as you, but get there by their own course. So continue to inspire, continue to connect, and continue to thrive rather than survive. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day, and may this practice bring you everything you deserve and so much more.